the whole game of getting hired is, firstly, you need the skills, which you have. Secondly, it's doing the volume, i.e. volume in terms of applications, right? So if you put out one application a week, you're never going to get hired unless you're really lucky, right? It's a game of volume, and it's like, can you submit as many applications as you can for the roles that you actually fit, right? So it's not like, hey, let's do spray and pray and apply for jobs that don't make sense. It's like finding the jobs, applying for the jobs, following up, and tracking it, right? You can make an Excel spreadsheet, whatever it is. Now, what do you message people? So let me share my screen, and then I can show you exactly how I would do it. And this is how I recommend everyone to do it. So I've just seen this pop up. Claude is available on AWS. Huge opportunity for anyone looking to get their hands on an AI on AWS. Basically, a lot of enterprises won't use Claude directly, right? So Claude is just another version of ChatGPT. It's a separate company. You probably have heard of it, but a lot of businesses, enterprises, Fortune 500s, they won't go and use Claude directly and go on the website and start using and sharing information and data, right? Because of a big security risk. Now, what's available, you can actually have the Claude platform directly on AWS. So it means you get all the Claude features directly on AWS, basically. So it means you've got data security, data residency, and all this kind of stuff that you got here. So really interesting. If you would like to make a post about it, you should make a post about it on LinkedIn. Anyway, going off track. Jobs. So what would I do is, firstly, I would just go and have a look what's out there, right? What is out there? So we can see there's a lot of jobs, right? Just quick scan, I can see there's opportunity, right? Great start, right? Then it's like looking at what do you fit in the most? Like what's the direct match or as close as possible to your existing skill set. Obviously, we know you're upskilling, but you're in a unique position because you're in a similar position that I was when I made the switch, i.e. I had a software background. I was playing around with DevOps at work, but then I wanted to go all in, and I actually did quit my job. But I wouldn't do that now because the market was a lot more favorable to employees, right, back then.
Right.
So it's a little bit different now. So what I would actually do is just quick scan of these roles. I would apply for all of these. So I would go and apply for this one, massive consultancy, right? Entity data. And please do not look at this and say, oh, I can't apply for this, right? This is not a signal for you to say you can't apply. This might have been 100 people out of a different country that aren't even qualified for the role, right? So ignore that. The whole thing here is get into a system of putting in the reps to apply for roles. So this one looks good, right? What would I do? Well, I'd reach out to this person. Let's just try find one that you could maybe actually apply for. So software engineer, AWS Kubernetes Cloud Center of Excellence. Right. So you will find opportunities that will be basically cloud roles, but slightly worded differently. So for example, even at OpenAI hiring software engineers, but in the cloud infrastructure department, right? So that's basically a cloud engineer, right? So there'll be different roles and titles, but basically you need to scan through the actual job title and see what fits. So here we can see 2 years of AWS, DevOps, great, some CI/CD container stuff, some Kubernetes stuff. You may not have Kubernetes, but I wouldn't stop that from applying. So this is something that you could definitely apply for. So I would first go through and do the actual application, right? Put that in there, update my CV to make sure it fits some of the keywords, and then I would message Tyler. So I would send a request, connect, send it without a note, right? I'll then go look at his posts. Has he posted anything in a recent few weeks? He hasn't really, so I wouldn't try and kind of go into commenting on any of his posts because it's not anything recent. But what I would do is I would just go through his profile and see, is there anything that we might have a connection in? So it might be that he worked somewhere that I know someone from, right? It might be that he's gone to a university that I've been to, right? We can see he's actually interested in basketball, right? So you could even like do something different to get a response. Now, one thing that I've tested is that every single message will get responded to if it's a good message, right? So if you don't get a response, the chances are that your message wasn't that great, right? So what I would just do, I'll just send it to him directly and I'll say, what was the role? Software engineer. Actually, you're new software engineer. Be confident. Hey, Tyler, I just applied for X role. I believe I am a great fit because of my existing software development experience and with X, Y, Z. I've attached my CV for your reference and would love to have a chat over the role so I can talk you through my recent experience, specifically with some new AI tools, blah, 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 right? Just very light, stand out. Thanks. You'd send that, give it a day, doesn't respond, send him another one, right? Just keep messaging him every day until he replies, right? And that's what you have to do. You have to be persistent. You have to follow up. You have to message. Okay, he's not got back to you. No problem. What can we do next? Well, let's go to Gartner. Let's filter on people, right? Let's go through and find who else could we message at that company, right? Well, any sort of IT engineering executive we could reach out to. So let's have a look. You could even message this guy, right? CIO, CTO, he probably could help you. Let's see what else we got. Basically, if you find a role that you're interested in and that you think it'll be a really good fit for, you need to just go after the people that work there to give you an opportunity, right? So what I would do is I would just message as many people as possible. And I'd first look at a profile and see what role they're in, and then just kind of like ask them to point me to the right person, right? And the way that you message is really important because you don't want it to be a message and it just looks shit, right? For example, I don't want to type like this. Let's say that's all text, and it's like this, right? And it's like this, like this, right? You want it to look clean and structured, right? You don't want it to look shit, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You has to be like a very clean message, very clear what you want, right? And what value you bring. And by the way, recruiters, right? If they can find people quicker, it makes their lives easier. If you're following up and putting your profile in front of them, it makes their lives a hell of a lot easier because their role is to fill these opportunities as fast as possible, right? So don't be afraid to get after it, basically. Real quick, if you know that you've been jumping between certifications, tutorials, and career paths without actually committing to anything, I want to give you something completely for free. My team and I have built a school community where we've put together training videos and resources that will help you get the clarity that you're looking for when it comes to cloud engineering. It's completely free, link in the description below, and once you're in there, you will also see a full in-depth breakdown of my Cloud Engineer Academy and how the program is structured. And if you watch the breakdown and you are like, yes, this is for me, then you can just book a call with my team directly.